Welcome to turning a moment into a movement.
Just little light of mine. I'm gon' let it shine. I'm gon' let it shine. Just little light of mine. Just little light of mine. I'm gon' let it shine.
let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh Lord, just let it shine. This light of mine, this light of mine. Oh Lord, would you please just let it shine. Take the drama out of my life. Oh Lord, every night the pain ain't right. I wake up at night, I never sleep. 26, 10, and 7, that's just me. Every day I need a little seed. I need a little fresh air, man, I need to breathe. All I know is trauma, all I know is tickets. All I know is no visit, all I know is a mission to get straight up out of prison. Lord have mercy for it. Lord have mercy on my people. Preacher Mary Washington and all my real. Lord have mercy with my people. I pray to God, we really need you. When I was down bad, when things weren't going right, every time I prayed at night, I put my hands up in my face. I said, Lord have mercy, little light of mine. Lord God, please let it shine. It's the drama that I live in my life. I swear to God, I was a bad guy every night. 10 toes down, salute. Everybody suffering, everybody who trying to make a way. Everybody looking for the sky, everybody looking for that piece of pie. In a law library, I know what that feel like. Hoping that somebody get active and involved in your situation. Man, pop your collar and pray. Cause Lord have mercy on my soul. And make bad guy father get out soon. And the rest of those brothers who be mobbing to child each morning. Oh man, I ain't going to this afternoon. Man, I'ma miss dinner today. I got a couple of noodles. Hey, you know what that feel like? Yeah, you know what it is. And if you a victim of a wrongful conviction, suffered and served by Ken Worthy, then I know that you know what that pain feel like. And your mama know what that pain feel like. Your father know what that pain feel like. With that light, let that little shine. Let that light shine, a little light of mine. Bad guy, doughboy, we all these great people in this great world of ours. 10 toes down, salute. I appreciate you, bad guy. I appreciate you, we. I appreciate the tech. I appreciate everybody in the studio. We gonna pop off that LV, ooh-wee, cause that's what they be liking to see. But I hope you hear the missing when you see me fresh. Salute. You do good, bro?
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening for turning a moment into a movement. And I am J Love, and I represent also the Justice for Gerard movement. Gerard was my son who was wrongly convicted of a crime he didn't do. He went to prison for that crime, and because of that journey with Gerard and all the people I met on that journey, we created this platform called Turning a Moment into a Movement. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for those who are going to watch later. Thank you for those who are watching on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all other platforms. Or you can also listen to us on most podcast platforms as well. So thank you for joining us this evening. First, before we get started, our mission, Turning a Moment into a Movement, was inspired by the wrongful conviction of Gerard Haycraft and built from the urgent need to create a safe, empowering space for all who have been harmed by injustice. Our mission is to shine a light on wrongful convictions, over sentencing, and the neglect of those who are mentally ill or medically frail within the criminal legal system. We are committed to uplifting voices, sharing truths, and advocating for those too often silenced. Through education, community organizing, and courageous storytelling, we work to disrupt the systems, policies, and patterns that fuel injustice, transforming awareness into collective action and turning every moment into a movement for real change. Thank you. That is why we're here every week. So thank you for joining us. So much has been going on this week, and that's why our title is Everybody Ain't Lying. So we're going to dig into that tonight. Um, Accountability is what we're talking about this month. As a matter of fact, our theme is accountability matters. And so, accountability in our justice system, accountability in our government, accountability in the lives of people that society often forget once they are behind prison walls. Tonight, conversation is heavy, but it's necessary. Again, this week has been heavy, but something came up this week that startled us all. There was an article that came out a couple of days ago where the director of MDOC stated that there is no evidence, zero evidence, that Huron Valley is unsafe. So when I saw that, I was just floored. And because the evidence speaks that it's unsafe, the judge rulings spoke to it being unsafe. All the women who have been talking to us have said it's unsafe. So tonight we're going to hear from Krystal, her response, and then we're here to respond as well to the reasons why Huron Valley is unsafe. So I'm going to bring on my partner in this um, freedom journey that we're on for Krystal Clark, but also not only freedom for Krystal Clark, but also freedom for other women who are suffering through the trauma that they experience at Huron Valley. We're here for them as well. We're all standing for them, as well as those who have already returned home that are suffering right now because of the things and because of the mold. So I'm going to bring on Trische. Greetings, Trische.
What up, though, y'all?
Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
blessed in spite of any mess.
I hear that.
So much, you know. So guess we can just jump right in because I don't really have no introductions today. I'm ready to dive right. You know, when you go to the pool and you don't want to wash off, you don't want to do all that. You just want to jump right in the pool. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what we need to do today. We got a lot to unpack.
Yes, we do. So just go hit it on head. Heidi Washington, director of MDOC. And did I bring that? Hold on. Because I got that somewhere. No, I don't. Hold on. Let me pull that up, Trisha, while we're here talking. There's an article written this week, right? That we didn't find out about until yesterday. But here it is. There's nothing to indicate there's not a safe environment at Huron Valley. Hmm. What you got to say about that, Trisha?
I would like to say that's a damn lie. That's what I mean, excuse me, yeah, I mean, beat that for the FCC, I guess. But the fact that she would lie like that in an open proceeding at that, right? I feel like they need to make it so that if you lie in those proceedings that you could be held responsible criminally, because she know doggone well that that environment is not safe. She sat on September the 5th and looked at Krystal. She looked like a ghost, like she didn't know what was going on, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I wasn't there. I only heard from a few people and not just Krystal, right? So for you to say you don't know, Heidi, you a lie. You a lie, and God gonna get you. I hope somebody show you this. God gonna get you for all the lies that you've been telling, all the lives that have been lost. That's falling at your feet. One thing that I have learned about being a leader of an organization, when the stuff hit the fan, you are responsible. Whether you were directly in the know or whatever, it doesn't matter. You are responsible. So I just the goal of her to go and lie at the appropriations committee where she could possibly get money to remediate the mold. This is what doesn't make no sense to me. That you would lie when all you had to do is tell them folks, yes, we got a problem with mold, and can you please give us some more money to do something with it? It just makes no sense. But see, they all talk behind closed doors and all these meetings before the meeting and all of that. So they have already concocted their plan to basically lie to the bitter end. And only thing about it is that, hey, actually we have a lot of proof. So you can keep lying all you want, but the proof is being shared, the proof is in the pudding, and eventually I hope you don't wind up in the same place that you're ignoring. I hope that you don't wind up in the same facility that you say is not harmful, because medical neglect is a crime. It's a
Yeah.
crime.
So there's no evidence that Huron Valley is unsafe, right? But their own building report shows. Let's just stop right there. If nobody said nothing, if Krystal didn't say anything, nobody said anything. Their own building report from 2025 stated all the problems at Huron Valley. Leaking roofs, ventilations and HVAC systems needing replaced, plumbing and drainage powers, sour areas needing replacement, high humidity condition, aging infrastructure, and deteriorating buildings. These are exact conditions known to cause mold growth and environmental hazards. We could still stop right there. We could just stop right there. We don't even have to go any farther. Your
Now,
own report said the place is unhealthy.
going to plaster often play church is now over.
But okay. And you're right. She was in the meeting where she could have asked for more money. Hey, we need a new HVAC system. Hey, even the judge told them in his orders. Was that July 2025? They needed a plan.
Yeah, June 2025. Yep.
They needed to come up with a plan by January. This is what, then in April. By January of this year, or how they were going to fix the problem at Huron Valley. And he also said you don't get no qualified immunity because y'all knew about it. Y'all knew about it. But okay, let's go back to the list. Women report the same conditions. Black mold in the shower, vents, walls, and ceilings. Mold painted over before inspections. Sewers backed up. Standing sewage water. We heard that from the men who used to be in there. We heard that from them. Poor ventilation, damp buildings, forced to scrub mold before inspections, breathing problems, COPD, asthma, autoimmune diseases, skin conditions, medical neglect, and ignored grievances.
What is, I don't know. I don't know what twilight zone we're living in where if they continue to say that nothing's going on, maybe people will believe it. I don't know what the rationale is to just blatantly lie over and over and over and over again when you know there's proof. We learned a long time ago, and I mean, again, Krystal has been basically just calling to action inside those walls and trying to get people to speak up. Nobody would speak up. Nobody would speak up on the inside. So the Holy Spirit put it on our heart to get stories from the outside. Now, the interesting fact, there are some groups that have returning friends from the outside. They wouldn't say a mumbling word. I mean, wouldn't say no, no, said all these lies and stuff, and wouldn't confirm that the conditions were horrible or nothing. And now, lo and behold, they said it's
Mm.
mold there. It's mold in there. You you mean the same mold we was talking about that you wouldn't confirm? Now it's mold in there, right? Because now you can find a way to push your agenda to the front of the line. Stop. And the Holy Spirit spoke to us and prompted us to start the stand up speak out coalition. We put a survey out, we put a Google form out, and we started to gather stories. First it was one story, two, then four, then six, then 8, then 15, to the tune of 51 women now. And that list is probably growing. 51 women who chronicle all of these conditions. So what you're looking at, those are those women's voices. It's not just words on paper. This is what people actually went through. And you know what's so interesting, Jay? I was thinking about this earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I said to you, we got that information yesterday. So before yesterday, it might have been the day before yesterday, we were talking and I said, Jay, it would be good because Jay did this total outcome analysis and where she paralleled the Jay a bad mama jamma, y'all, where she paralleled Krystal's symptoms to the building conditions. So I said, Jay, I think we need that for the women, and so lo and behold, this morning we logged in, put our feet to the ground, came and logged in. She working on her end, I'm working on my end. That's how it happens. We be on that phone and we just be working. So I'm tapping away at something. She's tapping away at something. Here she go. Hold on, Trische. I know when she say, hold on, I'm fixing something. I'm doing something. We had this whole, what you just saw right there. We had another document that's responding to her response, the flyer, all of this. Because guess what? When you standing on truth, you ain't got to go look for nothing. The truth is what it is. We have been said that we were lying, we're not factual, and all this and all that, right? But the truth is in their own building report. I can't get away from that. I want everybody to wrap their minds around that we're not blowing smoke. We're not just making things up. We're not trying to make somebody look bad, as some of the other elected officials have stated. We are actually challenging them based on their own document. When your own document says these things, you have to stand on the report that you published.
Mm-hmm. And the killing part, Trische, we haven't been looking for anybody. They're coming to us.
Coming right to
us. They're in the inbox. They're in the emails. They're everywhere. We got 51 or more in our database, but we got emails. We got inbox.
Yes. We in the group
women telling their stories.
Yeah.
Come on. Everybody ain't lying.
Everybody ain't lying. That's the new hashtag. Whenever you post something about MDLC, hit the hashtag. Everybody ain't lying.
Everybody ain't lying.
They lying. That's who lying, not us. Not us.
All these, and just because they was in Huron Valley means they know each other. A lot of these women do not know each other. But they all have a common story. Either it's a mold, or they're sick.
Oh, don't forget the sexual abuse. because we read that what was a couple days ago, where
The sexual abuse is coming out. Yes.
the teacher bringing drugs in, and he is requiring oral sex from the women in order to get the drugs.
Mm, 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 mm.
But lo and behold, we got people, top people, in that maneuver on the behalf of NDOC that would say, "Oh, I don't believe that there's drugs in there." Well,
Hmm.
do you want to reflect to the public hearing? Because a public hearing, your own ombudsman said that I think we have more of a problem with drugs than we are willing to admit. Now, then he
Yeah.
turned around and lied and said that they throwing it over the fence, bro. Now, how you gonna tell the truth and a lie? You know what? It's a game out here, two truth and a lie. Yeah, that's what he did. He told the two truths and a lie. Just lied. Talk about they throwing it over the fence. I'm not saying that that's not a possibility, but if they're throwing it over a fence, oh wait, because you know they had this big to do after the hearing, right, where they found somebody threw something over the fence.
Threw the drugs over the fence. Oh my. Oh wow. Really?
Coincidence, or is that to support what he said, that lie that he told? Because you know, doggone well that them guards bringing it in on the list. One of the young ladies said the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher is bringing it in. They're all bringing it in. They have phones. Where do you think phones coming? Oh, they throwing the phones over the fence too. And if you throwing something over a fence, that should be documented, right? Because they got cameras all around that place. So where do I want to see the? I want to see. Maybe we should FOIA the cameras on the outside and see how many times something been thrown over the fence since that lie that he told. I mean, before the lie that he told. Because I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. We know where it's coming in at. They do too. But the whole thing is, look, just stop lying. Stop lying. Use your own report to humbly go before legislators and just be honest. Look, we got a problem that was here long before I came here. I tried to manage it as much as I could, but we need some help. This has gotten out of hand. Women are dying. But instead of doing that, you would say the WHV is safe.
Mm, mm, mm. Horrific. Horrific that you would tell that story.
That part.
I want to play Krystal.
Please play.
I want to play Krystal. This, I first of all, the retaliate. Let's talk about the retaliation before.
Yes, please talk about that.
The retaliation right now is great, and so that's why we just need when we ask to pray, we ask them to pray because Krystal has been sick, more sick now than ever. And she's hemorrhaging when she used the bathroom. She's from her nose. Today they was doing all kinds of yesterday blood work and not really telling her. She only can find out about what's going on with her own body once a month. She's the only one. No, she's the only one they're doing this to. Krystal's the only one. They got their own little thing that they all come together, even people who are not medical professionals, and sit in a room and talk to her about her, but only once a month. So they're picking and prodding her and doing all these other things while she's sick. And then they put someone in a room with her that has viciously attacked her before. So the retaliation is great. So the more we have people come on board and the more people that's speaking out, they do little things to Krystal. And so this is why we're like, we have to keep Krystal uplifted, even in those spaces and even in that type of atmosphere when we know that when she hangs up on that phone, who knows what's going to go on. So she was not feeling well yesterday when I had this conversation with her.
Mm-mm.
Because she has all this stuff going on. She doesn't feel good. They're taking her blood, not telling her why. And this woman is in there that she feels threatened by. And she can't leave. If she says that she don't want to be in there with her, then she would get locked down. Not the lady. She would get locked down. She would get locked down in a space that's full of feces and soiled mattress and all kind. It's just horrific, the description of it. And with everything she had going on, she can't go into a space like that.
Mm-mm.
So I'm giving you a view of what's going on with Krystal when I'm telling her when we're having this conversation on yesterday. So I'm going to play it.
Wait 1 second, Jay, before I play that. Let's not forget what the test is that they are testing her for. Now, they won't tell her, but they told her what the test was, but they didn't tell her what it was for.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, Dr. J and our good friend ChatGPT. And the test is to see how bad her organs are damaged. Now, why would you be testing to see how bad somebody's organs are damaged unless you know they are damaged?
Mm-hmm.
Or why? Because you took one shot of an x-ray. They took, when last time you been to the hospital? How many clicks on that x-ray machine did they take? I'm sure it was more than one. I done had plenty of them. They took one shot of her stomach. It was pitch black. They couldn't even see anything. So you want to know why you testing her organs? Because you know you killing her. You know you are medically neglecting her. And everybody else that keeps saying we lying, you are complicit in this crime, because this is a crime. Mm-hmm. It's a crime. It's a cover-up. It is medical neglect. And somebody needs to do something about it.
And even the CT scan, because I had a head injury. I have suffered a head injury from a rollover car accident. And I know a CT scan don't take 5 minutes of a head. I think I was in that machine 45 minutes, if not longer. She was in there 5 minutes, and everybody, even the guards, was like, "That you done already?" So these are the things, but they're saying, well, we gave her a test, but did you give her a complete test? Well, we test the blood, but did you test for everything? So this is what we're talking about. When we're talking about medical neglect, they're saying, hey, we're doing stuff. She's getting tests, but is she getting the proper health care? That's what we're talking about. So I'm going to now play this video.
And they know the sick. It shouldn't even take people from different places. They help someone that they know the sick. It feel like my body's shutting down, man. I feel like I'm gonna pass out at any given time. I ain't never felt like this. Trying to push myself to do things, so man, just keep on looking at my picture of my kid, grandbaby. Push it, like you just gotta hold on.
So I read this, and I want you to speak on it. This article today, I don't know when it came out, but it was Director Heidi Washington. She said in this article, there is no evidence that the conditions at Huron Valley are unsafe. What you got to say about that, Krystal Clark? Mm-hmm.
That is, oh Lord, that is so disgusting for a director to say when it's so many people lost their life due to this. Place is not, should have been torn down. I know I've been down 15 years in the way that it did me and what I'm going through right now. Oh my God. That's, I'm speechless right now. That's so disgusting. She should be disgusted. And whoever else that believes that, that is so disgusting. And for her to come in here and do her walkthrough and basically try to ignore and run from me. When I tried to approach her about the situation here, she didn't want to hear, telling me to kite her. Wow. As you can clean this up, the paint, you can't do nothing but help them smell it. And she mean to tell me, got the nerve to say something like that. Well, how about we let the director clean out a room for the director and let her stay in here for a night or two. And then let her tell us how safety this place is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the director needs to do. Spend a night in this facility. And if that's so, why your officers, your staff is getting sick from it? Oh, I can go on and on. Oh my God! Wow. So why is Krystal Clark looking like this? And why is there so many deaths? And why is so many people lost their lives? So many people sick over there in that firm. Day after day, every time I walk out this facility, people up to mail lines. People are crying, begging how sick and what this place is doing. Everybody in this unit right here is coming up to me talking about how they got headaches and how they feeling and how this place is doing to them. Come on now. I think we should be getting better then. Miss Washington, should we be getting better then? Look at me. You have a lot of nerves to say something like that. The director. Of course, we know that she don't care. We are considered as inmates, prisoners. So of course she gonna cover that because she has thought of it. She's to blame. Is one of the ones that's to blame. She's the director of the facility. My God. My God. And she should have a cell. But this facility is packed on packed. They start bringing people in. Believe it. I can believe it. They got 10 men. They got people in one of the cells in here that's supposed to have been shut down. Supposed to be not no more 10 men. Then they got 10 women staying in one room. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what she's saying in this article. I was just shocked when she said that there's no evidence that the that the conditions are unsafe. Ma'am, what are you talking about?
That is so, man, like I said, we need to have her to spend the night in these cells. And actually, we need to have her to come here and clean these showers, go in that kitchen where they have to cook that food at, and tell us how sexy it is today. Why is we getting sick? Why is this buzz in the food? Mold food. Why is the water cold? Why is it that we clean over mold? The water you let sit for a minute, you see stuff popping all in it. Oh man, this place is disgusting. She's disgusting. I don't care what nobody says. That is so disgusting. So disgusting. Every day somebody cries sick. Here they gonna lose their life in here. And for a director to say something like that, I'm angry. I'm hurt. I feel let down. Man, we supposed to be in here. They supposed to be helping us, right?
Mm-hmm.
They supposed to be saving life, not taking life, right? Wow. Wow. I had a headache going on for months and months, having my way. Body stays swollen like this. Can't even make a bowel move. Drawing out blood, spitting up blood. Mold growing all out my chest, my body, all over my legs and everything. Is this lady blind or what? I'm sorry. Is she seeing it for herself? That's the things I'm talking about right now in the world today. The people who we let in to run. Oh my God. The people we pity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. I do not understand. Why y'all think we not getting help? Do y'all hear what the director is saying? Why do you think that the doctors and all of them treating us like this? Because they all in cahoots together. They don't have to help us. Look at the director. Study helping us. Look what she put out. Wow. Wow. So pretty much she just waiting on me to die and waiting on others to die. That's pretty much what I'm getting out of that. For her to say something like that.
Mm-hmm.
My God. My God.
If you saw her today, what would you say to her, Krystal?
If I saw the director today, I would say once again, how you doing, director? I've been writing you for years. I've been begging and pleading for help. Not just for me, for all of the ladies. We've been asking for help for years. This place is not safe. It's killing us. I feel let down from you. I feel hurt, disappointed. As you being a director, a mother, that you can see the ladies in here sit here and suffer and plead for help, and you let us down and then make excuses after excuses when you know it's real. We're not asking for nothing special. We asking for to live, for help. We don't want to see no more sisters in here die. We are tired of suffering. We are tired of can't breathe. We are tired of being in pain. Look at yourself in the mirror and look at your kids. Explain to what could you say to them? How many people who have lost their life on your watch? What do you tell your loved ones? How could you even look at yourself and you knowing what's going on? How could you even go to sleep? I feel, and to me, the only one can go to sleep like that. And forgive me what I'm about to say, it's a cold-hearted demon that don't care. Because a person that believes in God and a woman in God, no matter what
You have 1 minute remaining.
they see somebody suffering and fighting for their life and pleading and telling you that they want to meet their grandkids and kids and family and loved ones. There's so many people and friends and so many people that care about them, and you're supposed to be one of them. We've been let down by the director. Not only the director, the warden, our governor. And it's sad to say, we have been let down. We're so disappointed in y'all. We had faith in y'all that y'all was going to do something to help. Instead, look how many people are sick in here and dying, and y'all say the crazy thing, the disgusting thing. But he is helping us. It's not about a job or money. It should be about our life. David not taking it. My God. My God.
Thank you for using GTL.
I was saying that so many people are saying this is not about one woman, but it's not. It's about an entire systemic system that's failing all these women in Michigan. It's horrific. It's only one women's prison. I don't even know how many men prisons there are, but I know there are quite a few of them. But it's only one, and you think because there is only one, it could be run better, it could be managed a lot better. It's horrific. The stories they're piling up. So when people say, "Hey, that's not true," or "I don't believe that's happening," I think somebody said, "I don't believe that's happening with the drugs." Okay.
Question I have that I have a friend whose daughter just got out of the women's prison there. How does a woman become an addict on meth in prison? I was told from her mother that there's a massive drug issue in that prison. All right. And there's mold, but there are other things in that prison, and there's a lot of drugs. And my question is, how does a woman become a meth addict and get treated for it in the prison, June, and now released without any kind of help pretty much from the prison or the system at all? So it's really sad, really. And my other thing is, I don't know if you know, my last name is Haley. I've said it a few times, and I don't know if you've been.
So becoming out addicted, never was addicted to meth. Gotta go to rehab when they leave there. But hey, it's no drug problem. um,
Let's talk about how they're pressured to be on drugs. They're pressured to sell drugs.
mm-hmm.
That's why they're on drugs in prison, because they're pressured. Some of them. This is this a disgrace to humanity? This is a disgrace before God. All of our elected officials who we've been working and laboring. And they get so timid when we push, but what do you expect after 4 years? 4 years of inviting you to community conversations, trying to do things the most politically correct way, and then you know you're not doing nothing. You know you're not doing anything, and your guilt of that will cause you to gaslight people who are up all day, every day. We haven't slept through the night in so long, but really these last few days. And you can go home, cuddle into your warm bed, and act like this doesn't even matter. So, using Krystal's famous word, this is disgusting. When your children find out what you've done, they're going to look at you in disgust. They're going to find out. They will know. Every action that we do in life, that is our legacy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the legacy that you are leaving behind. Killing women. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to say it. Oh, women are dying. No, women are being murdered. They are being blatantly killed. Just because you don't kill somebody with a knife or a gun or something like that does not mean that your actions did not cause their death or inaction.
Your inactions. And the killing part is, she just saw Krystal. About a week ago, she was in there. That's when she said she told her to put in a kite. So you saw her, you saw her ears, you saw her condition, because Attorney Robin McCoy was in there, and this is what she saw.
Good evening, everyone. This is Attorney Robin McCoy with Robin Legal. Earlier today, I met with Krystal Clark in the Huron Valley Correctional Facility. I had been reading about her situation. I talked with Trische Duckworth about it, and so I finally was able to get some time to go over to see her. And I can't even express. Her health condition is really bad. Her ears are black. Her lip is drooping. She has problems with her stomach, and she has a heart condition. And she said that the doctors have said that the only way for her to improve is for her to be released from the Huron Valley Correctional Facility. She has a clemency request pending with our governor, Gretchen Whitmer, and I'm urging anybody that is watching this video to reach out to the governor's office to ask for the immediate release of Krystal Clark. So hashtag release Krystal now, and put more information in in the chat so that folks can reach out to the governor's office. Thank you all.
So she just saw her, what, 2 weeks ago? Two weeks ago. And then we got word last week that she's looking horrible, that her condition is getting worse. But that place is safe? I mean, this was her ears a month ago. That's Krystal ears. Now she's swollen on one side. She said that she's losing weight. Her hair is falling out. Like, there is something going on. And to say that place is safe is just like a slap in the face. And she made a key point in her video when she said that when she talks about the way Heidi Washington responding is the way how other people are acting towards them. She said, of course they're treating us bad. Of course they're doing this. Of course they're doing that, because look what the director is saying. She's saying there's nothing going on here. So
when they know, let's point this out. She says this to a person who spent 4 hours in that building. Senator Sue Shink was the chair of that meeting. Senator Sue Shink had an allergic reaction when she went into that prison. Now, I don't know this from talking to her, but State Rep Morgan Foreman told me herself she had an allergic reaction in that facility to the point where she either almost had to go to the hospital or did. I believe she said she did have to go to the hospital. That environment harmed them in less than a day, a half a day of spending time in that building. 2 people had allergic reactions. State Rep Donovan McKinney has asthma. When he went in there February the 5th, he has some issues with breathing. How can you chair over a committee? Sue Shink, I called you, but you didn't answer my call. You didn't call me back. So now I want to ask you publicly, how could you chair over a meeting and allow somebody to lie to you when you knew what happened to you? When she lied and said that that building was safe, you should have came back, Sue Shink, Senator Sue Shink. You should have come back and said, Director, I have to respectfully push back on you. I was only there for 4 hours and became sick. State Rep Morgan Foreman was there for only 4 hours and became sick to the point where she had to go seek medical attention. But instead of them telling the truth, see, they say we're lying. They're all lying. And they know what's going on. I get it. This is a prison industry. It's a billion-dollar industry. I get it. But you don't get to look away once you've looked. Once you looked and saw what was going on, it now becomes your responsibility to do something. So if you want those seats, you must work for them. Everything is not peaches and cream. Everything is not a bed of roses. But especially some of our Caucasian siblings, they always want to go for the lowest hanging fruit. Guess who's never the lowest hanging fruit? Us. Guess who's never the lowest hanging fruit? Those that are incarcerated. Gretchen had the opportunity to do the second look legislation. She did not. And then now they band together and say give 800 women clemencies. That's not even realistic to a person that could have signed legislation instantly and let many people out and did not. They play in our faces all the time and we allow it. And then when people like us push back, we're the problem, or no, you're the problem. You're the problem because you are allowing people to die literally and doing it.
Exactly. And then when you constantly, every day, we're listening to Krystal, we can hear, yes, sometimes she has good days, right? And then there are so many days that she's not having a good day. Those headaches, she's been talking about those headaches, I know, since last year. And now they're getting worse. Nobody says anything. It's us. It's always us. But I'm telling you guys, this is horrific. The stories. When this lady contacted us about her going in there for a job interview. She couldn't even go in there long enough. She had to leave a job interview in there and go straight to emergency because of the conditions. She's highly allergic to mold. And when they contacted her for the job, guess what? She said, I can't work in there. And they said, oh, well, we're going to get air filters. That's what they told us. We're going to get air filters. We can't make this thing up. These people are saying, well, the director, she's saying that it's safe in there. For who? For who? Who's it safe for? Because it's not for these women. It's not for these women at all. I'm going to put back up. Some of the reports that we're getting out of there. The reports and the testimonies match. When you compare both sources. MDOC building issues, roof leaks, women complaints, mold on the ceiling, poor ventilation, mold in the vents. I just read about someone saying when they turn on the HVAC, the mold is blowing out of the vents into the rooms. High humidity, damp buildings, plumbing leaks, mold in the shower, drainage issues, sewage backed up. I talked to Krystal before, and they had the sewage that was backed up in the showers. Aging building, mold and deterioration. If you see the order from the judge Stephen Murphy III from July 2025, he says in there about how the mold is eating through the bricks, it's eating through the metal door frames. Shower replacements needed fungus and mold in the shower. There's a part of that lawsuit where they're talking about that it leaked so much in the library that they use shower curtains to cover the books. But when this winter, when we were talking about how we was getting reports about how cold it was in there, someone said, "Oh, it's 80 degrees in there." Well, it's probably 80 degrees in there now because I talked to Krystal this morning. She said it's so hot in there from the heat blowing because it's warm, so they're burning up in there. But when it was cold and all those holes and leaks in the roof, it was freezing in there. Evidence is not just what the department chooses to count. Evidence include the building inspection report, maintenance records, medical records, grievances, lawsuits, testimony from inmates and former inmates, testimony from families, testimony from maintenance workers, testimony from medical professionals, oversight hearing testimonies. Evidence is not only what the department officially labeled as evidence. Come on now. I don't know. I don't know, Trische.
I don't know either. I it's devastating, right? It's devastating because it's like a time clock. You don't know whose turn is going to be next. The fumes in there alone, from the constant bleach and the painting, you can't bleach something and then put mold on it. I mean, you can't bleach something.
Can't
and then,
grease the mold. They said
right,
that in the hearing. The
that part,
legislature said that.
that part. You cannot
One of the
put
legislators said, "Hey, bleach doesn't work on scum buster that they're using in there, choking people out with the scum buster."
people out with the scum buster. You can't paint over bleach and mold and think, and through all this journey and us talking to different doctors and nurses, and I had a mold specialist in my house. When they came in here, they had on hazmat suits. We had to get out and go to a hotel. We came back. They said, "Oh, 4 to 5." It was the smell was so much. You know how I feel about my Justice. Me and Justice got the heck out of here and went back to that hotel room, right? Mm-hmm. My son, my Justice, is treated much better than the women. How can you not care? Because you don't have to live there. Mm-hmm. They're not your family members that are sick. They're not your family members that are dying. And you want us to just go away and be quiet. How? How? We don't have the ostrich spirit. They do. They have the ostrich spirit. They look at what's going on and that head is going right back in the sand like they just did not see what they saw. You can't unsee it. You told us you saw it. You told us that it affected you and your body. We can't unhear that. Mm-mm. We can't unknow that. So what that means is that we know you are being complicit in these murders. Somebody asked me about running for state rep. I thought about it just to poke fun. but I could never go and be one of 110. Be
Mm-mm.
one of 110 and sit there, lose my voice, lose my integrity, lose my moral compass, lose everything that I was raised to be. Because anybody that won't stand up against this, your moral compass has sunk to a new low.
Yeah.
Your integrity is out the window. You do not deserve those seats. And every death that has happened on your watch, you should be held legally responsible for it. You're trying to figure out how you can stop us. You can't. You cannot stop God. See, that's your problem. Y'all think it's us. This is not us. This is not I. It's the Christ. It's the
Mm-hmm.
Christ consciousness. It's the God of justice. So if you want to continue on with these games, you go right ahead. But trust me when I tell you, be not deceived. God is not mocked. What you keep sowing, you're going to one day reap.
Mm-hmm.
And I pray for you because when God gets to moving, the mighty hand of God is something you can't battle. And you never know what direction it's going to come in. I pray for you. I pray for your dark souls that you will one day wake up and realize who you really are, especially our local officials. I pray that you awaken yourselves and come back into reality. I know when you get so far into that machine, you slip off, you got to start maneuvering and playing all these games. But just remember the games that you're playing are with people's lives. And
Mm-hmm.
that's disgusting.
Yes, and the killing part is, and Krystal says this in the beginning of the video, it shouldn't have to take people to come from other places to do this. We have people who have joined us from other places, other states, that's on the phone. We're on the phone with them, that's talking to people here, that's doing all kinds of things that we thought that the people here that would be doing. Talking to those that could possibly do something to get Krystal out of there. Daily, there's this move is so this journey, this movement with Krystal and the women at Huron Valley is taking a different turn now. You know, I was talking to Trische this morning as I was going through our videos. We were talking about Krystal before we were talking about Teresa Dunlap, and I thought it was the other way around. But because we were talking about Krystal, Teresa Dunlap family came, and they were begging and pleading just to be there for their mother because they knew she was going to pass away. They found mold in her chemo port, and they just let her go without, no family, no nothing. Um, Jennifer Wallace's family, before she passed away, their family reached out in our database about their mother. And when I spoke to Jennifer Wallace's mother at the hearing, she said, I wish I would have knew you guys because Jennifer was so afraid to speak up. See, this is the problem. And this is why Krystal takes so much slack because they have, and it's in a lawsuit. It is in a lawsuit. How they have put the fear in these women not to speak. So when one person, it's easy to say she's crazy because that's what they were doing. They were saying she's crazy. That's not mold, that's dirt. Actually, they was treating her for eczema. They knew what it was. The test, their lab test said what it was. And they were doing everything to try to hide it. And the grievances. Krystal has so many grievances. She files those grievances and the grievances were going nowhere. And the judge was able to see clearly what they were doing. But it's safe. Safe for who? I keep asking who. Everybody ain't lying. Everybody ain't lying on you. Your building report, the women who don't know each other that's reporting it, even the whistleblowers who work there. They've been sick. Some of them had mold in their body. We spoke to a lady that had 18 different molds who used to work for MDOC. 18 different molds in her body. She was literally on death's door when she quit because she wanted to live. And when she finally found a doctor, because there's not many in Michigan that does this work. When she finally found the doctor and they tested her, she had 18 different molds. We don't even know how many Krystal might have in her body. So when they say this place is safe, safe from what? It was built on marshlands. It's built in moisture. The conditions are wet all year long. Come on now. It's a breeding ground for mold. You say this every week. I think we're saying it now. It's a breeding ground for mold. Monday, we're going to be back here on Monday the 23rd for a day of prayer for the women at Huron Valley. We're asking everybody who are hearing us and watching us, may watch us later, to come back. Today is the last day if you want to sign up as a prayer leader. If you want to sign up as a prayer leader, go to our Facebook pages. There's a link. You can go on that link. You can sign up. Today is the last day to sign up. So, and the prayer is from Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. We're going to be praying for the women at Huron Valley and for Krystal Clark. So we want us to join. We want you to join us because prayer does changes things, but prayer requires action. And we want you guys to start taking action, to send the letters to the governor, to your state reps, send them an email. You could call. You can post. People ask what can I do? You can post, you can share posts, you can send an email, you can make a call. You could reach out to Krystal. It helps her to read, some positive words. All of these things that you can do. And then you can join us here on Monday. For those who don't have Krystal's address, it's Krystal Denise Clark. It's 435064. Women Huron Valley Correctional Facility, 3201 Bemis Road, Ypsilanti, Michigan, 48197-0911. Or you can send her a JPay. Just put in, go to JPay or whatever the system is, put in Krystal name and that number 43504, and you can send her a JPay. But we have to stand with our sisters. There's so many of them that are hurting. So many of them have been sexually abused, sexually assaulted, all kinds of things. Abused, cut, beat up, all kinds of, we're reading all kinds of horrific stories from that place. Now, I know that some of you might say, hey, because we get it all the time. It's happening in the men. We know. We get the men. We get the men that's telling us what's happening to them. We get the men that's telling us there's mold in their facility. So, and although we're focusing on Huron Valley because of Krystal, it's MDOC, period. Something needs to be done. It has to be cleaned up. People deserve to breathe. Just because they're in state custody doesn't mean that they don't deserve fresh air and water in a clean space, mold-free environment, with food that's not molded, with food without maggots. They all deserve that, and while they're in the custody of the state. So this is Krystal. This is our new photo of Krystal that we're putting up all the time because she is now our woman king. She's so courageous. She stands for everybody. And so when we sent this to her, she was so, happy about this photo because, it breaks her heart every time she has to see, the pictures of her with her face being disfigured and, the mold on her ears. So this is the energy that we're putting out about our sister, Krystal Denise Clark. So is there anything else, Trische, you want
to back up there with that address on it for me, please?
Okay.
Look at the irony of that. 48197 -0911. Is is you playing a game, Jay, or is that's the real zip code?
Mm-hmm.
0911. 911. So as we leave here today, that's what I want you to leave with. You could take it down, Jay. Thank you. That's what I want you to leave with. This is a 911 moment. I know we're leaving and I don't want to leave on a sour note, but I think about all the churches we've reached out to. Nothing. I think about all the criminal justice groups. Nothing. Nothing. So on today, especially those that were once there yourself, stand up. Speak out. Protect women. Protect Black women. Do something. Stop talking about us like we're doing something wrong because we're not doing something the right way. Well, damn it, you do something then. You model something. We can't just sit on the sidelines and watch women die. We can't. If we do that, it just shows again our integrity, our moral compass, how we was raised. Or is that how you was raised? Was you raised to look at people like that? Was you raised not to pay attention when something is happening to people? Was you raised to look away when people are dying? If you were, I feel sorry for you. Well, I don't care how you was raised. You're grown now. Everybody's got a choice. And I'm asking us all to choose to stand up for Krystal Clark. Choose to stand up for the women. Choose to stand up for Tamara Washington. Choose to stand alongside Jennifer Wallace's family. Choose to be there for the Stand Up Out coalition. They need our voices. They need our support. And it's my hope that something was said tonight that can cause you to act. Don't just pray. If all you're going to do is pray, I say this with all due respect, but you can keep that. Faith without works is dead. We need you to do something beyond falling down on your knees in prayer.
Thank you, Trische. We'll see you next week. We'll be back with Jennifer Wallace family. And be the change.
Feel like This little light of mine, I'm gon' let it shine. I'm gon' let it shine. This little light of mine, this little light of mine, I'm gon' let it shine.
This little light of mine, I'm gon' let it shine. I'm gon' let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gon' let it shine. I'm gon' let it shine. Oh Lord, just let it shine. This light of mine, this light of mine. Oh Lord, would you please just let it shine. Take the drama out of my life. Oh Lord, every night the pain ain't right. I wake up at night, I never sleep. 26, 10, and 7, that's just me. Every day I need a little seed. I need a little fresh air, man, I need to breathe. All I know is trauma, all I know is tickets. All I know is no visit. All I know is a mission to get straight up out of prison. Lord have mercy for me. Lord have mercy on my people. Preacher Mary Washington and all my real. Lord have mercy with my people. I pray to God, we really need you. When I was down bad, when things weren't going right, every time I prayed at night, I put my hands up in my face. I said, Lord have mercy, little light of mine. Lord God, please let it shine. It's the drama that I live in my life. I swear to God, I was a bad guy every night. 10 toes down, salute. Everybody suffering, everybody who trying to make a way. Everybody looking for the sky, everybody looking for that piece of pie. In a law library, I know what that feel like. Hoping that somebody get active and involved in your situation. Man, pop your collar and pray. Cause Lord have mercy on my soul. And they make bad guy father get out soon. And the rest of those brothers who be mobbing to child each morning. Oh man, I ain't going to this afternoon. Man, I'ma miss dinner today. I got a cup of noodles. You know what that feel like? You know what it is. And if you a victim of a wrongful conviction, suffered and served by Ken Worthy, then I know that you know what that pain feel like. And your mama know what that pain feel like. Your father know what that pain feel like. With that light, let that little shine. Let that light shine, a little light of mine. Bad guy, Doughboy Week, all these great people in this great world of ours. 10 toes down, salute. I appreciate you, bad guy. I appreciate you, Week. I appreciate the tech. I appreciate everybody in the studio. We gonna pop off that LV, ooh-wee, cause that's what they be liking to see. But I hope you hear the missing when you see me fresh. Salute.